Hello, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful end of the year. And if you are into this Gregorian timing, January 1 will be the beginning of the year. If not, spring will be your new year. But here we are, and this is a time of reflection, and I have a few things that I would definitely like to speak on. So, if you did not get the article that I sent out the other day, should be yesterday, what that article is about a brief synopsis of my weight loss journey, as well as my anti-aging journey. And I'm a massage therapist, also a nerd. So of course, as I'm experiencing things with my body, I want to know how to fix it on myself, but also on the people that I love and the people who trust me to be their practitioner. So let me just kind of run down a few things, and I've got more details, more links, more science to back up what I'm saying in the article. But essentially, I've always had a big face my whole life. My mother told me that I was the president of the Big Face Club. And so I'm not saying my face is slender right now, but it's a lot smaller than what it has been. And so what I understand now is that the size of my cheeks wasn't always about fat per se. Like, yes, it was fat, but the cause wasn't just me being big. The cause, a lot of that was cortisol, high stress, having a high stress life. And it made my face bigger. And if you look at previous pictures of me, you can go on Aether Candace on that Instagram. But I've had multiple Instagrams that I've shut down. So those older pictures, you may not be able to see as many pictures of me with a bigger face. But that's one thing, right? So having a bigger face means what? Things that are wrong aren't going to be as easy to see, especially if the skin is firm. And that's pretty much what was going on. So I had a serious weight loss journey. I had some health concerns that I had to get down to the bottom of, and I had a cardiologist, and she was basically like, look, you need to have bariatric surgery. And I was like, what? Because the whole point of me being there was, I was telling her, like, I lost 15 pounds, been hitting hard in the gym, and I just haven't been able to get my heart rate to the weight loss level. And she's like, oh yeah, of course, you're on a beta blocker. So I'm like, okay, well, what do we do about that? Because I'm trying to get this weight off. And she was just like, well, let's just switch everything up. She switched everything up, got me off the beta blocker, and did something different. And then we're still having the issues. And this is left over from me having my son. So I'm like, what is really going on here? And she's like, you know what? We should just get you bariatric surgery. And I was low-key offended because I'm like, I'm not that big. Like, I was like 244 pounds when I went into surgery. And I've been, the biggest I think I've been is 265. But I'm 5'8", and I have a large structure. So max size-wise, maybe 18, 16 or so. And I've kind of fluctuated between 14 and 18 since my mid-20s. So I'm 43 right now. So anyway, I had a few scares that made me be like, you know what, I gotta do it for my kids. And I did it. And so I've been really hardcore making sure not that just the weight falls off just because I'm existing, but also that I'm maintaining muscle mass. And so I've had people in my life that have had the surgeries, and I've kind of watched where they could possibly went wrong. And so also, as I'm going through this counseling and all these other things to get the surgery, I am also in massage school. So I'm learning more about the body and what it's going to take for me to maintain a low blood pressure, but also how to maintain my body. And so I was very serious about the gym. I'm still very serious about the gym. I'll probably leave and go to the gym like soon after I leave here. Because my issue is I want to minimize the reasons why I would need to have a surgery like a tummy tuck. I do not want to have a tummy tuck. I don't have a regular job. I have this right here. So me being off for 6 weeks may impact a lot. So I do not necessarily want to do that. So my mission is, okay, what can I do to make sure I'm able to maintain my shape? And I'm a little bit vain about that. So see, this is me in my gym clothes here. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that I'm not gonna lose the muscle mass. When you lose weight, you're losing fat and muscle. I don't wanna lose the muscle mass associated with my body, because underneath whatever fat I had, a little bit, a lot, there's still shape. And so I want to keep the shape. And so as I'm going through that, I'm like, okay, cool, everything's, working out as it is. I wear a sweat vest to kind of make sure my midsection knows how it's supposed to lay, where everything's supposed to be. We're doing good. But the face. And so what I started to notice was certain things showing up on my face that I had never seen before. Why? Because there's less fat on my face. But the other side of it is my muscle mass was decreasing. Because when you have weight loss surgery or using weight loss drugs, you're also going to lose muscle. So, in losing muscle mass in the face, I started to see things that weren't there before. So we got this, right? And keep in mind, this is how I got into face yoga. I'm like, okay, in order to maintain the muscle mass of the face, even build muscle in the face, you have to build muscle. You have to work out the face. You have to do movements and things like that to just kind of keep your face in order. And so I didn't know about that. All I knew was watching Botched and seeing people, with different facelifts and before and afters of facelifts of Botox and fillers and things like that. I've got plenty of friends who've already gotten their fillers. And this was before, I hit my 40s. They were in their 30s getting their fillers. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just like, what is the holistic way to help your face? So I've been doing the face yoga on a regular basis. But at some point I stopped because I wanted to see, what if I stop? And the point where I stopped was when I learned about buccal massage, which is the intraoral massage where you're massaging the muscles of the face from inside the mouth and the outside. And I was like, you know what, let's stop. Let's see what we do. So I did notice a difference once I stopped doing the face yoga, once I stopped, manipulating my face in the morning, because I just wanted to see, but can I come back from that? So I started to have this fold. You see this fold is a little heavier than this one. This fold right here, and I just started working it. I did the face yoga moves, I did the buccal massage, I did all these things to get my face back. So anyway, long story short, I did it one morning. The next morning, what I was seeing was gone. So it's like I would talk and I would see this line. And I'm like, no to frown lines. We're not doing frown lines. So this one I didn't mess with, just to see, right? So you can kind of see what's going on. I'm going to get this, work it, and it'll be right back where it needs to be. So ultimately what I'm saying is, maybe you don't need a filler. Maybe you don't need Botox. Maybe you don't need a facelift. Maybe if you are very active in working on your face and manipulating it every morning to kind of work the muscles and the fascia and all the tissue, all the skin, getting that going. Maybe if you won't need all that stuff. And I'm living proof of that. Like I just did one side of my face and the line was gone. Now, how many days has it been since I've done it? Like 2 days. So, I've been accused of looking younger, much younger than I am. I want those accusations. Just like I'm in the gym building this booty because I want BBL accusations. So, in order to maintain that, I am doing specific things to my face. I want to invite you all to join me in that. I was going to have a special Instagram channel dedicated to that. I'm not. I have a Substack. I have a paid version of that Substack called Ascend. It's called Soultrine Ascend. So basically, if you go to blog.soultrine.com, you'll go to the Substack. If you want to be in that paid Ascension group, there. And at first, I was going to make the Ascension group only about people who are interested in spiritual development and things like that. But Soultrine is a mind, body, spirit company. So if I'm not talking about the deep body things, then what am I doing? We're out of it. Why? So I invite you to join because we will have sessions going over that. You might catch me in the mornings with no makeup on, doing the work on my face. You don't necessarily have to do that. You can come in here and I will do the work for you. I'm going to help you with understanding what is going on with your face, what parts of your face are at risk. Because by the time I come in and I'm here in your face and I'm working on these different muscles, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the areas that are at risk to you, the muscles that are too tight. Just like I'm in your shoulders and I'm on your neck and you're like, wow, I didn't know this was a thing. This section right here, this area here. I didn't know this was a thing. Oh, I didn't know I hurt right there. Oh, I didn't know that I hurt right there. This is what y'all say all the time, right? So that's in your face too. A lot of you don't even realize that your masseter, the strongest muscle in your face, in your whole body, is hurting. Some of you have chronic headaches. Chronic headaches. Because your masseter has trigger points in it. Your masseter is hurting. You are stressed. When you are stressed out, oh, sorry, they're calling me. When you are stressed out, this clenches. That's the clench. That's the stress mark. So I want to make sure you all, sorry, I had to check and make sure that wasn't somebody on their way. Make sure that you understand the muscles that are happening in your face. The masseter, the buccal muscles they're right inside. These, the ones that go around the mouth, the ones that go under. There's layers to this. But I'm going to work with you and I'm going to feel all those parts of your face. We're going to get to those muscles that are too tight, but I want you to feel where you need to be massaging every day in your face, but also where you need to be stretching. Some of these muscles have never been stretched. Some of these muscles are super tight and the skin is following the muscle. So in the process that I do in here, I do a combination of deep tissue on the face, neck, and shoulders, because we're working from the armpits up. So yes, combination of lymphatic and deep tissue on the face. A little bit of acupressure, some trigger point therapy if necessary, because if you're coming in here and you're telling me that you have headaches, I don't want you to have headaches, but I'm gonna find what's causing it. It could be in the masseter. It could be in the scalp. I used to avoid the scalp. Now, because of what I know about the face, about aging, about all these things, I have to get and work in your scalp, because sometimes I will find that trigger point. That thing that's been giving you that migraine, oh, it could be right there in the scalp. It could be right here in the masseter. It could be in the cheek muscles, up in here. And I've seen them in the chin. And these are things that are just, people keep going and taking all this ridiculously toxic medication that may alleviate the migraine, but what does it do to the rest of the body? So anyway, armpits up. That is the age-defying trine experience. That's what we're doing. And we're working you to loosen these muscles in the back of the neck, the side of the neck, the front of the neck, the chest, because a lot of times you guys don't know your chest muscles are so tight that they are pulling your face down. Okay? Pec work that needs to be done is crazy on so many of you, because what? You're working at the desk or you're doing the same thing every day. And small fact, a lot of you, because you've done the desk work for so long, and I'm one of them, I was 20 years in corporate, small business, all that jazz, in marketing and sales. Back doing this. And I'm thinking, oh, I've got to work on my back. No, it's the pecs. They're extremely tight and pulling you forward. And you don't want to be the grandma with that back, the curve in the back, because once things start calcifying and getting weird, it's just kind of hard to turn away from that, okay? So, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your chest to make sure you're okay. You don't have any devices. There's no reason why a doctor wouldn't say that. You should pull up like this. Get right on the rib, pull up. Okay? I want you to take and massage, pull down a little bit, downward circles around this side of the collarbone. Come back in like this. Okay? Now I want you to take your shoulder, do this, pull this way, turn your head this way. And we're just kind of warming these muscles up. Okay? A lot of times, because we just don't do this, we don't, pay attention to our bodies, but we need to. A lot of times, this is what we need. This is self-love. So just come down and pull slowly, pull slowly, pull slowly. You're gonna come here like this. Massage the back of the head. Get in here. Get in there good. You want to feel that scalp move around the bone. Okay. And I just want to say, like, in case you're seeing this somewhere else, like on the Soulshine blog, I recorded this on the Soulshine Instagram on live. In case you're like, what are you talking about? Some people aren't here yet, guys. Some people haven't made it over to becoming a Soulshine member, let alone Soulshine Ascend. So come in here, work the top of that scalp, and give yourself some self-love. Right here. And you should feel different. Like, even though I do this to myself all the time, it just feels so good to allow my scalp to just resonate. I feel like when you hit a bell and then there's the resonance that comes off of the bell. Like, that's how this feels right now, me doing it to myself. And I want you to do it to yourself too. So here. And then what I've been telling the girls and the guys is, if you really want to take a step in your anti-aging journey from a muscular tissue perspective, you want to make sure you're rotating around the ears every day. Every day. Deep circles. And if you're feeling any tenderness, notate that. Tell me next time you come and see me. And I would say do this at least 5 times a day. So that's my second rotation. And if you notice, like, I dare you to watch Botch. Find an episode where they're working on a facelift. And if you know anyone that has had a facelift, you'll know this is the area where they're taping and stapling, right? Come here. Sewing up and stitching is this area here. So you want to make sure this area is fluid. Okay? And that's our warm-up. There's so much more that I do, and there's so much that I can show you in other videos, but there's also so much that I can do to you. So when I'm doing the intraoral massage, I got gloves. I've got black gloves to put on and work on you to get deep up in there. And for my stressed out people, you got a stressful home life, you have a stressful job, your existence is stressful, this masseter is likely suffering, and maybe even the psoas, which is, in the hips, is the only muscle that attaches the upper and lower part of the body, and also goes, I guess you could say, from back to front. So it starts in the back, and then comes up to the front. It is a hip flexor. And if you've ever had a massage with me and I say, hey, can I stretch you at the end? That's usually what I'm going for. Because I usually say, I'm going to ask you to do something weird that nobody's ever asked you before. And that's to sit on the edge of the table. I put your foot up here, and then I push that other leg down, and that's how you stretch the psoas. Doing it yourself, it's a little more complicated, but I would love to kind of walk you through that. But the psoas is a muscle that also clenches when you are stressed out. So you got the masseter and the psoas. Those two muscles being tight can cause domino effects of issues. Masseter, you've got TMJ as a risk, but you also have migraines as a risk because of trigger points. The psoas muscle being too tight and other hip flexors being too tight can cause low back pain. Okay, this is not the kind of low back pain you want. That consistent, oh my gosh, why does my back hurt? Yeah, I can work you up. I can get you together and make it so your back doesn't hurt. Honey, I've saved some marriages around here. However, you want to get to the root of the problem. And so sometimes the root of the problem is the psoas. Sometimes it's your feet. It's not always exactly the muscle that you think it is. So I enjoyed talking to you guys today. For some reason, Instagram is now letting me go live on this account, so I think I'll do more Soultron specific lives. Okay, guys? Now that I've messed my hair up working with y'all. So, super excited about what it is that we're going to accomplish in 2026. We're going to be healthier. We're going to be sexier. We're going to be happier. And we're going to ascend more in 2026. So, bye, guys.